What's up, my bearded bros? Maine-iac here with another NBA video. Top 5 picks I would like to see. I'm going to go, obviously, rotate through the teams as I get through them. Some of them are going to be 3-team trades, so I can't do it with all of them, but I'll feature the 2 teams that probably benefit the most from this. Now, number 1 starts out with a devastating injury from last night. Oladipo has been lost for the season with, I think, a ruptured quad tendon or something like that. Sad injury for Indiana, really competing in the East, which is not easy to do. I believe they were the 3rd seed currently. Now, this one involves getting some guard help, while definitely giving up a solid piece, but I believe giving up that solid piece would also help the Thunder as well. Now, currently, OKC, they have depth. They have Russell Westbrook, obviously, does obviously get hurt, but if you look at their other guard, Terrence Ferguson, it's hard to give it up. So I think a little bit of roster shuffle, maybe move Jeremiah Grant to a 2 position, which I believe he could play the 2 with a little bit of practice. I have Indiana getting Dennis Schroeder from the Oklahoma City Thunder, and in return, the Oklahoma City Thunder receive Thaddeus Young. I love Thaddeus Young. I think he presents more of a paint presence for the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think he helps Steven Adams tremendously. He can obviously provide enough offense to help as well. But one reason why I love this trade idea is because for the Pacers, if you move Schroeder to the 1, move Collison to the 2, I think you don't miss too much of a beat. Yes, losing Oladipo is a lot, but if you slide Sabonis into the slot that Thaddeus Young would leave by leaving, I think the offense could still manage damn near as much production. Obviously not as efficient, but I think it could still be super competitive. There might be some trade picks involved if this trade ever happened. Now, mind you, these trades aren't likely to happen. They're just 5 trades I would like to see happen. And then for the second trade, we got the LA Lakers and the Orlando Magic as the 2 teams that are featured here. And they involve some interesting talent. Now, it's a 3-team trade, so there's a lot of interesting pieces getting moved. I have the LA Lakers receiving Nikola Vucevic from the Orlando Magic to solidify the center position. I think with LeBron James healthy, I think getting Nikola Vucevic could provide a huge boost over Tyson Chandler and JaVale McGee and the likes of that. Give them a solid center position boost that they haven't had in quite a while. Then you got Seth Curry. They would get from the Portland Trailblazers. I think that would provide them a little bit more solid depth at the guard position, where Lonzo Ball and Rajon Rondo haven't been healthy, and their shooting guards haven't really been performing up to snuff. Orlando would get Mo Harkless from the Portland Trailblazers, providing them a little bit more forward depth as well. The thing I like about Mo Harkless is because I think he's an ultra utility player. I think he can play the 2. I think he can also play the 3. And with Nikola Vucevic moving away from the team, you could start Mo Bamba, or you can move one of your many power forwards or small forwards down. Play maybe a smaller lineup, but have a little bit bigger spark on the offense. Also, they would receive Josh Hart from the Lakers. This being because I do like Fournier, I do like DJ Augustine, but I believe Josh Hart would provide enough of a spark off the bench. The Magic's guard depth is horrendous, and they're really not that good either. So I think Josh Hart getting a fresh start in Orlando could be interesting. Portland, being the 3rd team in this lineup, is going to get a haul, mainly from the Lakers. Obviously, this is just an imaginary trade. The Portland Trailblazers would get Brandon Ingram, they would get Michael Beasley, and they would get JaVale McGee, mainly to declutter the Lakers lineup. And the theory behind this is, with this, the Lakers, they lose 3 people, they gain 2. Obviously, they gain Vucevic and Curry to replace JaVale McGee and Beasley. They give up Brandon Ingram and they sign Carmelo Anthony as a free agent. That is a prerequisite. So your starting lineup would most likely look like Rajon Rondo, probably Seth Curry, LeBron, Vucevic, and Kuzma, something like that. But who knows? Number 3, we have the Pelicans getting Marc Gasol from the we have The Pelicans getting Marc Gasol from the Grizzlies. For a second, I don't know why I brain farted and couldn't remember what team he played on. And I have Memphis getting Solomon Hill and Etwan Moore. Now, this one's very, very interesting indeed. I just love, honestly, how the Pelicans played when they had two really, really good big men. And I know the Pelicans don't necessarily need a good center. Obviously, they have Anthony Davis, who is currently injured. But what I am thinking is where Anthony Davis is due to be free agent, so is Marc Gasol, granted. I think this would be good. Rebounding wise, it would put less pressure on Anthony Davis. Inside the paint, it would put less pressure on Anthony Davis, open up more opportunities for him. Maybe if you had to, Marc Gasol is making a lot of money, but I'm pretty sure you could play him off the bench. Maybe move Julius Randle to the 3, Okafor to obviously the bench, Anthony Davis to the 4. I think it would be a very scary ass defensive lineup. And I do like how getting Etwan Moore and Solomon Hill does provide a little bit more depth to the Grizzlies, and it would be interesting to see how they handle it. Would draft picks be involved in this trade? Probably, most likely. I don't think you could dump Gasol on the Pelicans without probably giving them a second at least. And then number 4, we have the Portland Trailblazers acquiring Mike Conley from the Grizzlies. Now, obviously, Portland has already been involved in one of my imaginary trades because I feel like either their bench or besides their big 3 starting lineup is kind of disappointing. Now, I do have faith in Harkless and Aminu and stuff like that, but I think they could use help. So I have Portland acquiring Mike Conley from the Memphis Grizzlies to provide a spark off the bench. Yes, he is an expensive spark off the bench, but you shuffle up the lineup around. And the problem with the Blazers is, like, I would think player from like 4 to 8 are very similar, so I don't think they're giving up too much. Memphis would receive Evan Turner and Al-Farouq Aminu to solidify the lineup, get a little bit younger. Maybe a draft pick would be involved here for Portland to send back, but I love the idea of getting a third guard to rotate evenly with Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum to provide that defensive spark and obviously a little bit of offensive output. And given Conley's injury history, I think this is probably one of his better fits, mainly because he doesn't need to be relied on so heavily. And then at number 5, we have the Clippers, who not many people would actually have involved here, mainly because they are an amoeba of talent. They don't really have any superstars, but they don't really have any bad players as well. Like, they do have obviously some bad players, but I thought this trade here improves both lineups. Now I have the Los Angeles Clippers getting Thon Maker and Connaughton, or however you pronounce it, from the Bucks, taking a little bit of depth away from Milwaukee, yes, but giving the Clippers a little bit more length defensively, letting Tobias Harris play his natural position at the 2 or at the 3, letting Avery Bradley play his natural position at the 2, stuff like that. Thon Maker most likely wouldn't be a starter, but I believe he would provide enough depth to where he could possibly start at the 4. I think he's a great young talent, and he's not really getting enough playtime, obviously being behind Giannis Antetokounmpo and Middleton. And Milwaukee would receive Patrick Beverley, which is why the Clippers rotation would be locked up. Now, this does hurt the Clippers a little bit, I think. I do think Thon Maker and Connaughton are projects, but it does open a little bit of cap space, I believe, eventually for the Clippers. And also, I love the defense that Patrick Beverley could give the Milwaukee Bucks, especially when you face teams like the 76ers or the Toronto Raptors. I think you need a guard like Patrick Beverley, and I think also he can facilitate the ball relatively well. And I think honestly it would improve both teams. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you are new. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.